All right, so we are working on another problem where we're going to simplify our operations or use multiple operations for us to simplify our expression. So we have 3/8 x plus 1/2 times 1/4 x minus 2. So remember, we're going to remember PEMDAS as we work through this problem. And the first thing that we need to do is take everything out of the parentheses, okay? So in order for us to do that, remember, we're going to use the distributive property for us to do that. And I'm going to just bring this down. So that's going to be 3/8 x, okay, plus we're going to multiply 1/2 times 1/4 x. So in other words, it's going to look like this: 1/2 times 1/4 x. Okay. That's a positive and a positive, which means that we should have a positive in the middle. And then here we're going to have 1/2 times -2. So I'm going to put 1/2 times 2. And then we have a positive and a negative, which means that this is going to be a negative. Okay. So now let's see what happens when we bring that down. This will remain 3/8 x plus. When you're talking about fractions and you're multiplying, remember you just multiply straight across. So that's 1 times 1, which gives me 1, and 2 times 4 gives me 8. So that's 1/8, and then you'll keep your variable. So 1/8 x. And then we're going to subtract 1/2 times 2. Remember, looking at 2 as a whole number is the same thing as two ones. Okay. So if we look at it that way, we know that this is our numerator here, the 2. So 1 times 2 gives us 2. Okay. And then 2 times 1 is going to be 2. Okay. So this is what it would look like. And now we're going to just simplify it. And so what we have is an x value, we have another x value, and then we have a constant. Okay. So we need to combine those. So we have 3/8 x. Okay. And that's going to look like this. So 3/8 x. Okay. And then we're going to add that 1/8 x. Okay. So those are taken care of. And then over here, you'll have minus 2 over 2. And seeing that 2 over 2, we should know that that's 1. That's the same thing. Any number divided by itself is 1. Okay. We've got minus 1. All right. So now what we see is we have 3/8 x plus 1/8 x. We're going in the same direction. So positive and positive. So all that we need to do is add, right? So that becomes 4/8 x. Okay, and then just bring down the minus 1. Now, looking at the 4/8, I notice that it's not in its simplified form. So if I have 4 and 8, I know that I can divide both of them by 4. And by doing that, 4 divided by 4 becomes 1, 8 divided by 4 becomes 2. So this will turn into 1/2. So our final answer is going to be 1/2 x minus 1.